What's happening, everybody? This is your girl, JR the Finest, and I'm here with your man, Mr. Pound for Pound. He's definitely in the building next to me right now. Say hello, Mr. Pound for Pound.
What's happening?
We're briefly just talking about the undercard for the main event, September 14th. Everybody knows.
I don't even care about the undercard.
Mayweather Canelo Alvarez is a big event.
I don't care.
We are actually chatting about the Garcia Matthysse fight. That's going to be
That's the one I don't care about. I mean, who cares about Garcia Matthysse? Who really cares? It really doesn't matter that a very hard puncher with 34 wins and 2 losses is going to be fighting a young 25-year-old, another good boxer, power puncher with 26 wins. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, that fight sounds pretty whack, right?
No.
Oh, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
To me, that is a big one, too, that we also cannot ignore. Garcia Matthysse, I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's a huge fight. I love this fight, actually. You know what's funny is it's like 2 main events. So thank you very much for life of pay-per-view and Showtime. I love you. This is going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be explosive. I think it's going to be, it can either go both ways. Both fighters are very good. I mean, Lucas Matthysse, 34 wins. 2 losses. 32 of those 34 wins have been by knockout, and he hasn't been beat much. You know what I mean? And then Danny Garcia, the guy he's hardly touched. You know what I'm saying? He has no losses. 26 wins. 16 by knockout. So it spells thriller all over it. Especially for the ages. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. So who do you think it would be? The dominating force in the ring?
I think Lucas Matthysse is going to be the dominating force in the ring as far as like a power, because recently he has been that. He has had 3 knockouts. He's coming off of 3 knockouts.
Right.
Brutal. The last 2 against Dallas Jr. and Lamont Peterson. If you guys haven't seen it, YouTube them. They're lovely. You know what I mean? They're night. They're Benadryl. So, I think he's definitely the more authoritative puncher in the ring. The bigger presence.
Mm-hmm. He will be the force. What about when it comes to endurance?
As far as endurance, they're both pretty durable, but I like Danny Garcia as far as endurance. He showed a lot of durability, especially with Eric Morales in 2 outings. You know what I mean? He had a good fight with Kendall Holt, nice fight with Nate Campbell, and also the Zab Judo where he went the distance. So he has shown durability. He's able to go 10, 12 rounds. So, as to where Matthysse is just wiping dudes out in 1 or 3 rounds. So, if Matthysse don't get Danny out of there, we go 6, 7 rounds.
Who's tougher at that moment? Who's tougher then?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yeah. And who's in questions to be asked.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. So who do you think is going to win? Everybody wants to know. Who do you think's going to win? Mr. Pound for Pound. We need to know.
Good question. Who do I think's going to win? Good question. Well, quick prediction. Undercard fight. Like I said, it's going to be a beautiful fight. I am actually going to go with Lucas Matthysse. I think Matthysse is going to land something early and land something big. He's had these strings of knockouts. And Danny Garcia, I don't know if you guys pay attention to his stance and stuff, but if you go back and watch the Eric Morales fights, I know they have these free fights that you can watch right now if you have like Comcast or something like that. Go back and watch the Eric Morales fights, and go back and watch a little bit of Danny's fights. He drops his hands, and that's my problem with him. He drops his hands when he throws his punches. Sometimes he'll throw a jab. He'll sometimes drop that right hand, and that's detrimental. You can't do that against a puncher like Lucas Matthysse. So I'm gonna go with Lucas Matthysse. Don't know how it's gonna happen. It might be an early knockout, but I don't think so because Danny is such a quality fighter. But I'm gonna go with Lucas Matthysse by knockout somewhere in the fight.
Somewhere. So you're thinking maybe like before round 5?
It could be around, maybe.
Before round 5.
It just depends. Danny's got to keep his guard up.
Right.
If Danny could keep his guard up, Bernard Hopkins said some really high stuff about him. He said that he thinks Danny Garcia is this era's Bernard Hopkins, young Bernard Hopkins, that's like really, really
it's an excellent
credible.
compliment. Very, right.
Yeah.
Very
so we could see a Bernard Hopkins Trinidad performance where he shocked the world. But I said Hopkins was going to beat Trinidad. Just got that feeling. But Danny Garcia is not a Hopkins. He's not even built like that. He doesn't even got that type of body. I don't think he's even that strong compared to Hopkins. So, I'm talking about as far as his weight class.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that I just think Matthysse is going to be a little harder of a puncher. I think he's going to land something because like I said, I do see some there's little things in between Danny Garcia's defense that needs to be fixed, and it's just you can't be open with Matthysse. I ain't got to say it enough.
Unreliable defense.
Yeah, you just.
Garcia's
I mean, his defense is not bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's just that when he opens up, I notice he drops certain hands, and it's like, okay, you can't do that.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there you go. You heard it here, folks. Mr. Pound for Pound.
Yeah.
He's got Matthysse
That's right.
before round 5.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Even still, everybody's
All right.
gonna
Before
watch.
round 5. Yeah. Whatever.
Gotta watch that. Great undercard for the main event, September 14th. Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez. We'll see you guys another time.
That's right.
Signing off.